euros to Aston Villa in, look, a transfer I'm really happy about. Look, I've got nothing against Leander Dendoncker. I wish him well. I hope he does all right at Villa. He's been a useful squad player for us. But Dendoncker's been maybe one of the most overrated players I've ever seen in my life at Wolves. And I'm kind of glad he's leaving, if I'm being totally honest with you. This midfield needed a revamp for fucking years. And Matthias Nunes coming in won't just fix that on his own. And I think we need more. Look, on the eye test, for me, Dendoncker's crap. But also his numbers are crap as well. When you're a guy that's in the bottom 3% in Europe for progressive passes and carries, and you can't dribble the ball, and you have woeful defensive output, and you're a league average presser, I don't see what... Like, on the eye test, he's crap, and all his numbers are crap in basically every metric. His pass completion's actually pretty good, but when you're that low in progressive passes, to me that just shows you're a really safe passer. And people say, oh, the things you hear people say as like a praise for Leander. By the way, his numbers were like this a year ago, Nuno's final year as well. They're basically fucking identical. So this isn't just like, oh, he had a bad season under Bruno Lage. And the things you hear people say about Leander Dendoncker, oh, well, like, he's a goal-scoring midfielder. Bro, his best season at Wolves, he got 4 goals. By the way, his non-penalty XG was 1.6, so he got quite lucky that year. People say, oh, he makes good runs into the box. No, he doesn't. He makes like 4 a season and misses all of them. People go, oh, well, maybe he'll score one of them one day. He doesn't. And like, the things you... look, Wolves' midfield 3 this season is going to be Nunes, Moutinho and Neves, okay? I know it didn't work against Bournemouth, but this is going to be our midfield 3. Neves is your DM, okay? Nunes is the ball carrier. And Moutinho, I assume, is there to be a distributor. Leander Dendoncker's defensive output, as we've already looked at, is absolutely woeful. For a guy that's the kind of defensive output you'd expect for like a top 6 midfielder who doesn't really... Because if you play a non-ball dominant side, your defensive output's generally higher. So he's never going to be a defensive midfielder. Let's be honest, he's never going to be a lone pivot, which I assume is what Villa are buying him for, which is bizarre, but whatever. He's not going to... We bought Matthias Nunes to upgrade on Dendoncker. Let's be honest. Nunes at least can carry the ball and get in decent areas. Nunes has had 3 or 4 chances since he's been at Wolves in these first 3 games. One against Tottenham, one against Bournemouth. And he had one in the Cup, didn't he? I think. He's already had more chances than Dendoncker's in the last like 6 months. So Leander Dendoncker's not going to start over Nunes. And he's nowhere near as good on the ball as Moutinho. And he doesn't really fit any of these profiles. He's not good defensively enough to be a DM. He can't pass like Moutinho. He can't carry like Nunes. So what's the point of having him on the bench? You might as well buy someone else who maybe can profile like one of the 3 you've already got and kind of be a rotation guy. Maybe Traore over that. Dendoncker doesn't fit any of these profiles. What's the point in him even being here? And like the thing that people use to defend Leander Dendoncker that I hear on Twitter is he helped us switch to a 3-5-2 under Nuno. Yeah, he did, but that wasn't because Leander Dendoncker was incredible. It's just because we had an extra body in there and it allowed Jota to move more centrally. And it meant you didn't have Helder Costa and Ivan Cavallero being crap. So for me, that's just a myth that he was incredible and us switching to a 3-5-2. The other thing you hear about him is, oh, he's a Belgian international. Yeah, he's played 29 games for Belgium, I get it, in 7 years. But, like, that's not even that... People act like he's some stalwart for Belgium. He's a guaranteed starter. And people say, oh, well, Belgium, the number 1 ranked side in the world. Bro, Switzerland were a few years ago. Like, look at... This is the most recent Belgian squad I can find. Mignolet's in it. 33-year-old Alderweireld still gets in it. Jan Vertonghen still plays. Timothy Castagne's shite, and he's in it. Axel Witzel's a pensioner at this point, can barely walk. Dennis Pratt's crap. Look, Alexis Salamaker is a hard worker for Milan, but he's crap. Like, people act like this Belgian squad is some incredible squad. It hasn't been that for a long time. He's got 29 caps in 7 years. What's 29 divided by 7? 4? 5? 4? Yeah, it's 4, right? You're getting 4 caps a year, and most of them aren't starts, by the way. Like this myth that, oh, he's a Belgium international is bizarre. And people say, oh, well, he puts a shift in, he puts in tackles and he runs around a lot. He's on 19 pressures for a central midfielder. That's league average. And he's on just over 3 tackles and interceptions per 90. For a Wolves side last season that didn't really average a lot of the ball, that's crap. Jan Moutinho's on that. And Jan Moutinho's a pensioner who can barely walk at this point. And he's averaging kind of similar defensive output to Dendoncker. For that fee we're getting, for... What's that in pounds? 12 million? We paid that 4 years ago for him. We've got some good service out of him. And also, as well, with Leander Dendoncker, the one thing people would say is, oh, well, he could cover at the back. Obviously, when we used to play back 5. I actually thought Dendoncker was all right in a back 5, personally, when he played right centre-back. He's not going to play in a back 2, is he? Let's be honest. So you can't even use this thing of, oh, he's a good rotation player. You know, like Roman Sace and Dendoncker, people used to say, oh, well, they can play in a back 3 and a back 4. Or sorry, playing midfield and playing back 3. You can't even do that anymore. So playing a back 4, and he's not going to play in the centre-back position. So you lose the versatility option with him as well. And look, I don't know who the replacement is going to be for Leander Dendoncker. I assume it would be Boubacar Traore. I don't know if Boubacar Traore will adapt. His underlying numbers look pretty good. But I think the odds of him being worse than Leander Dendoncker. And look, people will say maybe we've used him wrong, maybe we've used him in the wrong position. Maybe we have, but I can't judge it on some mystical thing that we've never seen. I can only judge it on what I've seen two managers use Leander Dendoncker. He's slow, he presses all right, but not great. His 20 time puts woeful, he's decent in the air, he's not creative, he can't progress the ball in any way, carries all passes, and he offers nothing going forward. And we're not even going to be able to use him at the back anymore because we play back two. I don't think the midfield replacement that comes in can be any worse than Dendoncker. I don't think he can less fit the profile than any of the other midfield three. And if we do bring in Traore, it lowers the age of the squad. We're getting rid of a guy who's been around for a long time. I don't think it's a bad thing to refresh this squad, especially in midfield. We've needed it. And for Aston Villa, I just don't get what he offers Aston Villa. I think this is a bizarre signing. This is the most Aston Villa signing I can think of, but whatever. Look, I wish Leander Dendoncker well. I've got nothing against him. He's been a good servant. I don't hate the guy. I know people think I have some weird agenda against him. I just don't think he's very good. I don't think he's good on the eye test, and his numbers are absolutely woeful in basically every metric. I just don't see what the argument is for keeping him, especially when he's got a year left on his contract. And yeah, I think this is the correct decision by Wolves, and we've got good money for him. I'm surprised there was so much interest in him, to be honest, but yeah, I wish him well. Good luck, but this is the best thing for Wolves to do, assuming we get a replacement. Obviously, if we don't replace him, this is an absolutely woeful decision, but he's not very good. I don't care if he's a Belgian international. Tyrone Mings is an England international. I just don't. Yeah, good luck, Leander Dendoncker, but he's not very good. And I'd be very surprised if the replacement came in and was any worse. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Yeah, peace.